Hi there! So, today I was thinking what looks I should film. Uploading so often can sometimes lead to lack of creativity because I've done like every look on the planet. What else can I do? So I was scrolling on Instagram this morning and Diana Maria MUA popped on my feed with this gorgeous look. These pastels really inspired me and it's also like spring appropriate, so we're going to do it. But the thing is, I do not have that palette. The palette is gorgeous, but I do not own it. It's from Natasha Denona, and what I want to do today is use my own palettes, and I will also show you how you can create your own pastels with regular eyeshadows, like basically mixing them. So that's what we're going to do. I don't think that it will turn exactly like hers, but I will do my best. So let's get into it. I'm going to use a tiny drop of concealer on my eyelids to prime for the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to blend it in using my fingers. So the first shade that she uses in her outer corner is sort of this periwinkle blue, kind of. I think it resembles this one from the Wahala 2 palette, but it's a little bit lighter. So what I'm going to do to make it look more pastel, I'm going to mix it with white eyeshadow. I don't have it here in my palette. It's important for it to be matte, at least for me, because I do have this white shimmer here, but I'm not going to use that. So what I'm going to do is pick a white matte eyeshadow. I have this one here from the James Charles palette. I haven't used this in, oh my god, so long. So basically what I'm going to do is dip back and forth between the shades and it will create a pastel on my brush. Depends on how light you want it. You can mix more white or like more blue. You can basically customize it however you want to. So now that I have this mix here, I'm going to tap this in my outer corner. Okay, like that's what I wanted. Okay, that is beautiful. I'm just going to mix it again to build up the pigment a little bit. So basically that's how you can get pastel shades using your own shadows. You just mix in a little bit of white into your desired shade and it just makes it a little bit lighter. But I would combine mattes with mattes and shimmers with shimmers. Like if you want to create a pastel shimmer, you mix like a shimmer blue or whatever color that you want with a little bit of shimmer white. So yeah, that's that. Next, what she does is uses a baby blue to blend this out, and the downside of today's look is that I'm going to use a lot of palettes. Like almost every shade is going to be from a different palette, so I'm sorry for that in advance. I'm going to take my NikkieTutorials in collaboration with BeautyBay palette and pick up the shade Plot Twist, which is this light, beautiful baby blue. The brush is Morphe 506. The previous brush was also Morphe 506. I have doubles of that because it's just so useful. So I'm going to take that around the previous shade and use it to blend it out. In the crease, she uses a pastel green. So I'm going to take Ew from the same NikkieTutorials palette and I'm going to mix it with the white again. This is a Sigma E25 brush, and let's see if I can get something similar to hers. I think that works, maybe just a tiny bit lighter. And look at that. Let's just see how this goes. Ah, that is so pretty. So I just placed it basically all over my crease, starting from the outer corner and blending it inwards. My only issue right now is that I covered a lot of the blue, so I'll take the baby blue again and just basically reapply it here in my outer corner. I think the brush that I used for the green is a little bit too big for my eye shape. I just saw that she uses a big brush and I was like, yeah, I should probably do that. And I'm also going to re-intensify the periwinkle blue. I'm actually going to use just whatever is left on my brush. I didn't even mix the shadows again. Next, she uses a purple in her outer corner, but it looks pretty dark in the pan. I'm quite scared. Even though on her eyes it doesn't turn out that dark. Maybe I'll just mix these two from the James Charles palette. Let's try that. And this is a Morphe 507 brush. And I'm going to really dust off the excess because I am scared. Maybe it's too dark. So let's see, I'm going to apply it a little bit more concentrated here in my outer corner. Let's just take the baby blue and blend again here. But how I love these colors that I really need to play with pastels more. For some of the shimmers, I know exactly what palette to use. The Colourpop High Society palette. Basically, the main shade is going to be this one, but I'm going to mix a little bit of this yellow, and this shade is gonna go right here, kind of in my inner part of the crease. Yeah, whatever, it looks a little bit different than hers. I think hers is a little bit more pastel than mine. Should I mix in a little bit of that shimmer white though? I'm going to take this one, Shakara. So I'm going to apply a tiny bit of that on top to maybe lighten this a little bit. Okay, I think I can work with that. Okay, let's try that again and doing it properly this time. So taking this with this, mixing, applying it here in the crease, inner crease, let's say. And that's that. A little bit lower in the crease, I'm going to go for this teal shimmer. I just turned my brush around because like the other side was clean, so why not? And fading it into the mattes here. And for the purple shimmer in the center of the lid, I'm going to pick my Norvina Volume 5 palette. This is the last palette that I'm going to use today, I swear. I'm going to pick the shade A3 here and basically just tap that in the center of my lid. I'm just going to use my finger and quickly going to fade the shimmer into the outer corner matte. Before moving on to my face, I'm going to finish off the top lid with a little bit of mascara. I'm not going to apply falsies today because this is such a dreamy, light colored look, so I think natural lashes will work just fine. This is the mascara from Sephora Collection. I'm going to do my usual primer mix, the Fenty, this is the Makeup Forever Dullness Eraser Primer. And I'm just going to apply it on the sides of my face and blending it with my hands. I keep staring at this eyeshadow look because I am obsessed, like I really love it so much. And in the center of my face, I'm going to go for the Beauty Blender Leveler Primer to smooth out the appearance of the pores. Just going to press it in. For foundation, I'm going to mix the Fenty Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I'm basically mixing two shades of that, the 180 with the 150 shade. I need to finish these. I'm overwhelmed by the amount of foundations that I own. I'm spreading it evenly with my fingers first, and then I'll take my Real Techniques sponge and pick up the excess product and start blending. I blend the foundation, but I keep staring at the eyeshadow, so I think for now on I'm just going to be a pastel girl. It just looks like I'm some out of this world beautiful creature, you know? Like a fairy or something like that. It just looks so dreamy, I love it. I'm applying the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It's in the shade 20. I thought that this product is almost finished, but I am using this for 2 weeks at this point and I still can't finish it. If you don't know, because I mentioned it in a few weeks or maybe a month or maybe I think more than a month ago, I am doing kind of like a pen project. I need to finish the Fenty foundations, the primers, and the Fit Me Concealer especially. And I have some other products that I want to finish, but like those are the main ones. And also the mascara, because that's why I keep using it. I'm going to let this concealer dry for a little bit. And meanwhile, I'm going to apply my cream contour, my Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. Oh, this is another one that I need to finish. This is in the shade 45. I just use it for contouring. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and just start stamping this high up underneath my cheekbone, doing a little bit of contour on my jawline. I'm going to drag it down my neck, contour this side here to make it look a little bit more square. Okay, going to contour my forehead, doing little stamps. I'm gonna need to fix the blending after I finish my face makeup. Going over the shadow, it's kind of inevitable, especially when you extend it like that in your temples. but I didn't know if I was expecting any fallout, so like that's why I did my eyes first. And applying a little bit of leftover product around my mouth. Now the concealer had plenty of time to sit and dry, so I'll be using my sponge to blend it. And I'm also going to kind of go around the contour to really blend it into the foundation. Okay, let's set the under eyes. I'm going to use my RCMA no color powder as usual, and I'm going to set with the sponge as usual. I'm going to first blend the creases in, then pick up some powder on my sponge and stamp it on my under eyes and dragging it towards the pores area. I'm going to apply some powder bronzer on the sides of my face. It will help set the side of my face because I did not apply loose powder there, and it also will intensify a little bit this kind of a contour thing that we have going on. I mean, it's not the same thing, contouring and bronzing, of course, but I always think that I sound dumb when I'm saying that. I think I'm mostly bronzing. I'm not like really contouring anything. For contouring, I would need that kind of a really cool toned product. I usually use neutral or warm toned products. I swear one day I'm going to get proper contour products, like a contour stick or something that's meant for contouring, and I'm going to call that video properly doing my face makeup. Just wait for that. I'm going to move on to the blush. I'm going to mix these two shades from the Sigma Blush Cheek palette. Going to apply it on the sides, a little bit above the bronzer. For highlighter, I'm going to go for my e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in shade Moonlight Pearls and apply it on my cheekbone here, tip of the nose, chin, in between my brows, and above the brows. And I'm gonna take a smaller brush and highlight my inner corner. Even though I have that teal green in my inner corner, but I want to add a little bit more light there. And I'm also going to highlight my brow bone. For my lower lash line, I think I'm going to go for that outer corner purple. Let me see what I have here on my brush, because like I don't want a lot of it, so I think I'm just going to use the leftover product. I want a kind of a soft lower lash line. I stabbed myself in the eye. I think that works great for me. And I still have to fix the blending, so I'll take my fluffy brush again with no additional product on it. Just going to go around it. I'm gonna apply a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes for a little bit of definition there. And I want to finish off the eyes with a little bit of light on my waterline, so I'm going to apply this Sephora Collection 12-Hour Contour in the shade Coconut. It's just a light cream shade that is going to really open up my eyes and just complete this look. I'm gonna go for a warm nude on my lips, so I'm going to use this Boys & Berries lip pencil in the shade warm. It's not warm nude, it's butter nude. Just going to overline a little bit in the center, and on the sides I'm kind of following my natural lip line. And on the bottom lip I'm again following my natural lip line. And in the center, as usual, the sleek matte me in the shade Feels. A tiny dot on each lip and patting it in. And I'm actually going to stop here. So this is the finished look. I am in love with it. Like, I really love it so much. So excited to experiment with pastels more. That's it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and you learned something new. And if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I don't usually say this anymore, but like, whatever. You knew that already. I'm just here to remind you. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!